Hey, what's up, folks? How you doing today? It's your friend Phil here. I thought I'll talk to you about your PMP exam prep. Just a few ideas on how you can effectively prepare for the PMP exam. I mentioned this in a video a few days back about the ingredients for success. Those things that PMP exam champions do that enables them succeed. And one of the big things that these folks do is they repeat their study cycles. Even those who eventually pass but were not that good at the beginning, I find that they put together a plan for how to attack the content. You don't just wake up one morning and say, wow, I know everything. There has to be some intentionality. There has to be some deliberateness about how and when you do things. For example, I am an auditory learner predominantly. I could show you so many audio materials in this vehicle. See, that's Tony Robbins, Personal Power. Listened and Listened. Jack Welch, Straight from the Gut. And that is just the beginning of all of this content that's in my car. See, and the reason why I listen to audiobooks is it works for me. I am intentional about it. I go out seeking audiobooks as opposed to just physical books. Here's a physical book. Now it says e-learning and the science of instruction. So that would be a tough one for you to study without it being a physical book. Sometimes you do have to look at a physical book, without a doubt, right? Sometimes you have to open up the PMBOK guide to take a look at that image, I know. But if you are like me, maybe getting it down to a rhythm as far as listening to the audio books for the PMP exam, like the Project Management Audio Digest. This is 24 CDs and 20 hours of instruction. So why wouldn't one get that if one is an auditory learner? The payoff is going to be enormous, you see. As opposed to trying a method that you don't enjoy or a method that you don't gravitate towards. You see, I find a lot of folks trying to crack a book open, and that's why it's torture for them. Yeah, you do need to crack books open every now and again, but if you are one of those folks who learns from audio or learns from video, what are you doing? You know, there's also different types of audio. There's the audio that bores you out of your mind because it's just like they're reading a wall of text. You don't want that, okay? That is not what the audio digest is. You know, the Project Management Audio Digest is a lot of fun. There's humor, there's drama, there's solid content as well. You know, so you got to be selective in the materials that you choose. So if you're an auditory learner, putting some time aside every day, it will, in the long run, help you, just like it helped me. Now, when I studied for the exam, I didn't have that good study aid in audio. It was a voice talent reading out definitions. But still, I did it religiously till all those definitions stuck in my head. I did it day in, day out. Every morning unfailingly, I would get up and I would put one of those CDs in. And I would start listening to it as I got ready for the day. And as I was driving in the car, put one of those CDs in without fail. Never was I once tempted to listen to my favorite jazz station instead. You know, I wouldn't flip the channel, I would just stay on the CD. KJZZ could wait till later on, but I stayed steadfast on PMP exam content. And at the end of the day, it paid off, you know. Wake up in the mornings, listen. Go into work, listen. On the way back from work, 40-minute drive, 1 hour drive, stuck in traffic, listen. Listen round the clock. And the information began to stick solidly, began to make sense. I could now, on autopilot, recite those definitions without any additional effort other than listening. I didn't have to open up books, you know, to let those definitions stick. Why? Because I'm an auditory learner as well as a visual learner predominantly. So it was time well spent. And I'm just letting you know this, you know, maybe the method you're trying to use is not the best method. Maybe you need to find the best method for you. You know? Apply yourself in that method, and the payoff will be enormous at the end of the day. Do it. Some people spend a ton of money on stuff that they know they're not going to use. You know, buying a lot of charts and flashcards, and you know you don't learn that way. Find a way that works, okay? Those people who are visual learners, and you know, when we talk about visual, let's get it straight. We're not talking about death by PowerPoint, because a lot of courses are death by PowerPoint. All someone is doing is sitting in their garage reading a script, and you slap some PowerPoint on that script, and people think it's a course. No, it's not. You can fool those who are not exposed, but you ain't gonna fool me. I know that whoever's reading that script is so far removed from what exactly they're talking about. They're not even thinking about what they're talking about. They're just reading a script. You know, that ain't a good visual course, folks. A good visual course is one in which an instructor is there in the moment with you, telling it to you like it is. You know, not based on some script, but based on the accumulation of knowledge that resides in their brain, in their head. Too many courses are just people reading out scripts crafted from the PMBOK guide. That's why it's very unnatural and it doesn't flow well. And you go through such courses and you wonder, why did I even do this? And it's like torture to get through, because all you're seeing is slide and a wall of text. Slide and text. And before you know it, you're disengaged from such courses. You're disengaged from such training. It's so unappealing to you. It's like having to eat a plate full of salty veggies. You hate it. Don't do that. If you are on such a course and you think that by some random miracle or dumb luck, you're going to find yourself enjoying the course and finishing it and absorbing the material, you're not. So cut your losses, right? Count your losses and move on. And look for training with Crazion that will help you. You know, go to praizion.com. There's a 35 contact hour course there. Sign up for it. You know, a lot of people say, Phil, you're always trying to sell to us. Well, how do you expect me to tell you what to do and not give you a solution? Won't that be stupid? If I can't tell you what to do in place of the bad things that you've been labored with by your firm, or your poor decision to vet the course, or your misfortune, maybe you didn't know any better. Won't that be dumb of me? So I'm not going to refer you to some hearsay, oh, I heard that's good, go try. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you what I know works. You know, thousands of project managers all across the world, in all of the continents, they can't be wrong. We've trained students from all across the world, and they've succeeded in passing the test. So I know that this solution works. So when I tell you sign up for 35 contact hours in place of anything you have that's not working, don't get mad. You should be thanking me for telling you. You know, a lot of people, false humility, they won't want to tell you to get their solution because they know their solutions don't work. I know that our solutions work. All right, so if you are on a system that's good for you, that's fine. That is all right. You feel it's working, that's fine. But you can still take what I'm telling you and put it to use. Deliberateness, intentionality, having a plan. If you are on a system that is good and is working, but you are not the person pulling your weight, you need to get that piece together. You know, you need to craft a method to use this system, you know. Something else I've found, another limiting factor in some of these systems, is they present you the whole kitchen sink. Think about it like this. Instead of it being an iterative, gradual increment of knowledge, they just throw you over the counter. There you are. There's one chapter. Eat it up. It becomes difficult for you to absorb because someone has just tossed you across 7 processes and integration, and they expect you to be able to get that done in a sensible fashion. No. You got to break it into bite-sized chunks. So on our learning system, we go module by module, and each module is a process. Not a process group, not a knowledge area, not a cluster of processes, one process. And before we dish out the processes in the chapters, we dish out the introduction and then the concepts, trends, tailoring, and consideration for Agile for every process. You see, and if you hit a knowledge area and you go through the 1-minute intro for the knowledge area and the CTTCs for that knowledge area, it puts you on the right trajectory to begin to absorb a little bit larger chunks within the processes. So CTTs maybe 5 minutes, then the process maybe 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It really depends. But we break things down into bite-sized chunks. We don't just serve you, oh, there's a 3-hour module on integration. No. We break it down. So I find people struggling because they can't break down the content. They cannot eat this big old meal in incremental chunks. You see, they find it hard to eat the entire thing. It's almost as though you want the poor people to ram it down their throat. No, you got to break it down. It's like being agile. Being agile, you're still going to get everything done, but you're not going to just get a whole bulk of scope and try to ram it down, you know, at once. That's no good, you see. So I want to encourage you, if that is you, if I'm speaking specifically to you, and you find yourself struggling to get this PMP beast off your back because you don't have a method, or your method is too big, it's too huge, you're trying to waterfall it instead of go agile, you might want to check out the materials that I've talked about, okay? Check out the Project Management Audio Digest and check out the website when you come aboard the course. The course comes with a book. It comes with a book called Project Management Essentials. 500 plus pages. We make it lean and mean. We go straight to the point. In the PMBOK guide, we cover all the formulas. And I think that will really help you as you study. All right? So, do me a favor and check out the link below if you are struggling. This is for people who feel my solution isn't working. It's not giving me a plan. Not giving me a method. I need some help. All right? Hit that link below and I wish you all the best on the test. Bye for now.